What's up, fellas? So it's time to make some magic right here. Had a loyal patron supporter that wanted me to talk about things that make a man lose his confidence. Okay, guys, because we men, we supposed to be rocks. Like right now, I'm a rock. Nothing can make me lose my confidence. But I'm old as dirt and got a lot of life experience. And so I've molded into that. It hasn't always been that way. Okay, guys? So I want to get into this and I want to talk about what you can do about it. Just telling you things that make a man lose his confidence. What the hell am I going to do with that? Okay? So I also want to tell you what you can do about it to prevent it. All right, let's get into it. This is no particular order. I'm just got my little list and I wrote it down. So no particular order. Nothing's more important than the other, right? Everything is individual to the person. All right, number one, guys, getting dumped. The bitch found better, guys. Yeah, well, I know we want to buy into all the, she needed space and, she got busy and she need to focus on herself, right? And I don't really know if anybody use this no more, but it's not you, it's me, all this other, but no, it's you. Yeah, we pretty much know that when you getting dumped, yeah, it's you. And so, guys, at the end of the day, if you got dumped, more than likely it's somebody else. But even if it's not, let's just hypothetically say she hasn't found better. The situation is, I would rather be alone than to be with you. That's what she's saying. Either she got a better dude or she don't find. You know what? I think I would rather her found another dude. I think I could live with the bitch finding another dude over I would rather be at home with my vibrator than you. Yeah, I think I'll take the dude. I think I actually feel better with the dude. Then you mean to tell me on Saturday night you would rather be with nobody than be with me? I think I'd rather for you. At least I know you got another dude. God damn, how bad was I? But anyway, guys, that's the situation that's going to kill a man's confidence, because we know deep down whether she got another dude or not, you weren't good enough. You didn't measure up. You know what you are? You were the football player that came out for spring training and got cut. That's what it is. You got cut. You didn't make the team. So let's take an objective view of this and let's just look at everything that's involved with this. What is this? This is you not being the best version of yourself. That's what this is, guys. The only way you should be getting dumped now, once you become the best version of yourself, is if you don't want to progress the relationship. If you're dating a woman and she wants to be exclusive and you don't want to be exclusive, you're a red pill guy. That means you're anti-relationship. That means at some point she's more than likely going to dump you. That's fine. I can live with that. Happens to me, I don't want to say all the time, but it happens, right? If I'm dating a 30-year-old woman and we've been dating for 2 goddamn years, this woman is not going to let me string her along forever and a day. I know that and I accept that. And you know what? If I lose her to that, I can take that. If you're in a relationship with a woman, exclusive relationship, monogamous relationship, and you don't want to get married and you've been dating this woman, y'all been exclusive for 4 goddamn years, 5 goddamn years, at some point this woman is probably going to dump you. Don't matter how much money you make. I trained a guy in New York City that was a big time stock guy that made well over $1 million a year, and his girl after 3 years dumped him because he didn't want to get married. Right? They was exclusive, but he was dragging his feet on marriage. This woman was not finna let him use up all her good years. And then when here she is, now she's 35 years old. I done gave you 7 years in this shit. And now you dump me and go get with a goddamn marry a 23-year-old. Hell, I don't blame the woman. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't blame you. Any woman dumb enough that wants to get married to let me string her along for 5 goddamn years, hey, that's on you. Hey, that's on you. If you ain't got no time limit, I got a time limit on that ass. I'm gonna tell you that shit right now. You ain't finna string me along for 3 months to get no ass. I got a time limit. A month tops. If them draws ain't came off, you know what? I can't even say them draws came off, because them draws could have came off and you ain't do shit. So fuck them draws coming off. Them draws need to come off and some penetration need to be going on. Within a month. I give you a month. I'm a reasonable man. Right? I understand that some women like to be stimulated mentally before they have sex. Yeah, I'm with all that. You better stimulate within a month. Yep. Within a month, them draws need to be coming off and some penetration need to be going on. And all that goddamn mental capacity, mental compatibility in the world, them draws better be coming off. So, if you like me, you're going to get dumped at some point. That's fine. But if you're a guy and that's not the deal breaker, that's going to kill your confidence. So what are we going to do about it? We're going to bitch about it? What we have to do is we have to become the best version of ourselves. Nobody's dumping $1 million man who's willing to commit or wants to get married. So if you're a purple pill, quote unquote, relationship guy, right? A guy who's with the relationship, who is comfortable progressing things, and the woman don't want to progress things with you. As a matter of fact, she want to demote you to single. Nobody's doing that to a guy who makes $1 million a year. I'm just telling you that right now. No woman is doing that. And I just say $1 million is a nice round number, but 200,000. No woman is doing that to a man who has his own plumbing business and making 200 grand a year. No woman's doing that. I mean, I get you could be a verbally abusive, but I'm just talking about if you're a good-hearted guy. Of course, you can still get dumped. You could make $2 million a year if you're verbally abusive. Come in the house, call a bitch every goddamn day. Hell, y'all, you can make $20 million a year. I'm talking about if you're a reasonable, respectful guy who's doing what he's supposed to do, right? If you that, no woman's dumping that guy. And so the solution to never getting dumped is to be the best version of yourself, to constantly be growing in life. If you get stagnant, you can get dumped. I'm going to tell y'all guys, number one way for a dude who has no problem with a relationship or marriage to get dumped, get stagnation in your career, in your life. That would get you dumped. Like you just done stagnated. Let's just hypothetically say you making $60,000 a year and that's just where you at, and your woman feels like her sexual market value can demand more than that on the open market. You know what she's going to be? She's going to be just like a quarterback. She ain't coming to training camp. Yeah, we need to renegotiate. Yeah, I done outperformed my contract. So when I signed the contract, $60,000, but you know, I think I done earned a new contract. I done outplayed that contract. So you have to steady be progressing. That's what I've seen for guys who are open to relationships or progressing a relationship who get dumped. Stagnation in their career. That's what I've seen. Another way to get dumped, to get booty whipped, you know, you get booty whipped, too insecure, all those type of things. We all know that. But part of that is not being the best version of yourself. What causes a man to be insecure? I don't feel like I can replace that bitch like that. That's what happens when a man stagnates in his career. I don't think I can replace her just like that. Yeah, if you bag a baddie and you making 50, 60 grand a year, oh, that's gonna cause some insecurities. Oh, hell yeah. Now, if you in Alabama, or, you know, a cheap state, Mississippi, and hell, $60,000 a year, that's like fucking $500,000. But y'all guys get what I'm saying. Because I know, because I had those insecurities. I tell y'all about that girl, that fine girl that I had when I was like 22, 21, when I was working at the mattress company. And she was a dime. Let's just call it for what it was. You know, I wouldn't tell her that, but I'm talking to you guys. She was a dime. Now, more than likely, this a long time ago, over 20 years ago, I can almost guarantee the bitch fat now. If I had to bet my life on it, I can. Y'all want to know why I say she probably fat now? Because she was thick and she had that booty and them hips. So y'all guys know what happened with girls when they 20 and 21 and they fill out like that. And when they get older, they overfill. Yeah, things start hanging out. So, you know, that's typically what y'all guys see is the women who fill out later in life, they usually didn't have that body when they was younger. And then as they get older, they finally fill out. And some of these women don't fill out till they 30. But what happens is when you have these girls that fill out early in life, say 21, by the time they get 41, boy, them motherfuckers done overfill. That's why so I can almost guarantee the bitch fat now. But I digress. Getting back to my point was, man, I was very insecure with that girl. I felt like the girl should have been with a baller, not a dude who made mattresses at a mattress company. That's how I felt. And so it caused me to be very insecure. Okay, guys, this is also a point in my life where I didn't work out. Now, I wasn't fat because the mattress company was a physical labor job. But just because you at a job, a physical job that got you walking all day, you still ain't jacked. You still ain't got shoulders and chest and arms. You know, you just ain't fat. You just like, you like skinny fat. Like you ain't fat, but you ain't got no muscle mass for real either, right? So it wasn't like I was this stallion of a guy, you know what I'm saying? Even though I wasn't fat, you know, I wasn't hard body either, right? Not saying I'm hard body now, but y'all guys get what I'm saying, goddamn. Make me pull these sleeves up. All right. So the point being, guys, is, you know, if you have those insecurities, being the best version of yourself will get rid of that. That had to be the longest talking point I've ever done since I've been on YouTube. All right. Next, guys, getting rejected. Now, we all get rejected. But you want to know why, guys, this kills guys' self-esteem and confidence? Because guys have been taught you should get every number from every woman that you encounter. And if you don't, your game needs to be improved. Because as this dating coach would tell you, he never gets rejected. This dating coach that says that, they never get rejected, right? They just got the perfect phrase and intro and, oh man, they just 10 out of 10 every day. So guys, when guys get rejected because they hear that, then they start thinking like, well, what the hell am I doing wrong? Am I ugly, this, that, and other? At the end of the day, guys, the reason why a rejection never lowered my confidence, and this is one thing that didn't never lower my confidence, getting rejected, because I always understood the law averages. I understand that no matter what you do, whether you in a sales job or approaching women or whatever you fucking doing, there's a law average. The law average that I've come up with, that I've noticed with me in approaching women, is if I'm dressed normal, and that just means normal, like I ain't dressed up, I ain't bummy either, but normal, as I get 3 out of 10. If I get dressed up, like dressed up, and I put some clothes on, it'll probably go up to 6 or 7 out of 10. But I still will get rejected. It just goes down, right? When I will approach a woman when I'm bummy, and typically if I'm bummy, it's like when I leave the gym or going to the gym. And if I see an attractive woman, I still will try, even though I know it's a low probability of getting a number, because I go to the gym dusty. Like, y'all guys, you can look at the camera now and a little dust kicking off my ass. Y'all know AMS be dusty. All in the videos, dancing. But y'all guys know I be dusty. Like I'm dusty now. Like I'm just speaking and dust coming all out my mouth. I like to be comfortable, but when I want to, I'm the prototypical you clean up good. If you look clean up good in the hood dictionary, when people say you clean up good, It'll be a picture of me. That's me. I clean up good. But when I'm dusty, I'm dusty. Right? And so when I'm dusty, it go down. It might be 1 out of 10. I get lucky every now and then. You know what? I probably get 1 out of 10 and I'll call that bitch and she won't respond. I'll text that bitch and she won't respond. Yeah, I be looking. A bitch probably thinking like I'm a homeless dude looking for somewhere to live. But the point being, guys, is I still get rejected. Right? And so you guys can't let that kill your confidence. You have to understand you're going to get rejected. Now, what we can do about it? We can improve your fashion. We can make sure your sexual market value is on point. What's your body fat percentage? A lot of you guys need an edge. I done talked about this shit so goddamn much it's making my ears bleed. You can't be vanilla. And what's an edge? Something that makes you stand out. You have to find an edge. I started wearing the fedoras. If you go check out my Instagram, I wear the fedora hats because I wanted something else that made me stand out, that gave me edge. I'm always tinkering and playing around with it. You have to tinker and play around with it, right? So you have to find, I'll wear a blazer with some designer tennis shoes, right? Just some shit that makes you different. Find an edge, play around with it, all right? So most of you guys need to improve your image. A lot of you guys need to make more approaches, which is going to make you more comfortable when you approach. If you make one approach out of the week, I'm telling you, your week, a month, whatever, your approaching is going to be lackluster because you're not comfortable with it. When you make enough approaches, and if you're living the social life of abundance lifestyle that I advocate, you should be putting yourself in the position to make these approaches. If you're locked in the house, then no wonder. So y'all guys gonna say, what the hell make all these approaches? I tell your ass to get out and live a social life of abundance. If you're on your grind, then do it on the weekend. Okay, guys? One thing I always notice about me when I used to make a shitload of approaches is each one got easier and easier and easier. Whether I got rejected or not, each one got easier and easier. All right? So improve your image, improve. The more approaches you make, the more comfortable you're going to get, the less nervous you're going to be because it's repetition. You just get more natural at it. Go back and look at my first videos on YouTube and look how stiff I am. Yeah, guys. So today we're here to talk about, and look at me now. I'm just comfortable on the camera. It took repetition for me to get there. Go back and look at my first videos. I'm all, mumble mouth, like a mumble rapper. Yeah, guys. So blah, 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 blah. Now, I understand I had to while I'm against the MGTOW, but y'all guys got to understand I was drunk that night. I had a few drinks. Now, every damn video like I'm drunk, even when I'm making a purpose video, because I done got comfortable with talking on the camera. That took time. The more you do it, the more comfortable you get. All right, guys. Next, dating a low-interest woman. I tell you guys, I'm nothing wrong with dating a woman who ain't gonna give you head on the first date. We can all agree with that. Will it be nice if every woman we met was dripping wet when we came up and approached? I would love that too, but it's not gonna happen. So I have no problem with dating a low interest woman. But bitch, when your interest gonna raise? Yeah, because we've been dating a month now, and it's still low. Yeah, it's still low. You still ain't initiating contact. Yeah, when we gonna raise that? See, ain't nothing wrong. Most guys can understand a girl not dripping wet over them on the first week, even the first 2 weeks. But bitch, it's been 6 weeks. When you gonna text me good morning first one day? Yeah, we need to come out. We need to come up a little bit. Yeah, we need to. The point is, date a low interest bitch, and we raise it each date. You ain't raising. Yeah, you plateaued out a long time ago. Yeah, you plateaued out from the beginning, and it ain't came up none. So what we gonna do about that? See, that's the bitch there. We need to get out of that. I have no problem with being the initiator at the beginning, but at some point, within the 3rd week or so, you need to start initiating. Actually, the 2nd week. All right, guys. So the point being is, don't date women who have low interest prolonged. And when I say low interest, I mean she likes you. Guys, I'm gonna tell y'all guys that the low interest woman thing done got a bad rep. Some women are just not physical like that. I'm telling you right now, some women, no matter how good looking you are, how jacked you are, they don't arouse off the physical like that. They have to be stimulated with conversation and compatibility. I'm just telling y'all guys what I know. There are some women that we get this, well, she'll be doing this and she would do that on the first. Some women won't. Some women are only stimulated mentally. I'm going to tell y'all guys that right now. So that's why I was saying about the low interest woman who ain't just, acting jittery around you from the beginning. There's some women who ain't going to act like that because physically is not physical does very little for them. They need a little physical, but they're more mentally stimulated. So I just wanted to put that out there because this whole low interest woman thing and never date a woman with low interest. Yeah, never date a bitch who's flaking and won't set a date and all that shit. No, I'm talking about the girl who will set a date, show up, but she just ain't. Y'all guys know how it is when a woman is really into you. She asking 1,000 questions on the date. When you meet some of these women who are more mental, they don't do that. They kind of more subdued. They kind of let you control the conversation. The women with high interest is like, what you do? What your interest? What you see? They interest so much they can't shut the hell up. And you have these other girls with low interest. You cool. They see you as a 6, and not that you ain't a good looking dude. You could be the best good looking dude in the world. They see nobody above a 6. They only can get above a 6 if you can stimulate their mind. There are women like that, guys. Just don't do it for a prolonged period of time. If it ain't raising, that's why every date should progress. Yeah, we ain't raise your interest forever, bitch. Next, guys, can't please a woman in the bedroom. Now, this is all in accordance to if you're trying to please a woman in the bedroom. I am a selfish lover. I could really give a fuck less if a woman comes. And this is not joking. I really do mean it. I really don't give a fuck. As long as I nut, I could really give a shit less if the woman comes. But if you're a guy and that means something to you, if I wanted to put my mind to it, guys, I could make every woman I fuck come. I know exactly what to do. I would sit there in the bed and I would kiss her, fingering her pussy for about 10 minutes, 15 minutes, kissing, sucking on her titties, and then fuck her from the back, and every woman would come. Every time. I could promise you that. Finger her clitoris, kissing her and sucking on her titties. Do that 10 to 15 minutes, not 30 seconds, 10 to 15 minutes. And then that's about time you stick your dick in, and I can almost promise you that within 3 or 4 minutes, she'll be coming. I could do that every time. Now, ask me, am I going to do it? No, I'm not going to do it. I could give a fuck less. But if you're a guy that actually cares, you sympathetic fool. I'm not gonna say that. I just don't care because I'm red pill. So, but if you somebody who want to maintain a relationship or care about that type of thing, my thing is this here. I like rotations. I don't like random sex with random women anymore. But your ass still can get the hell on. Yeah, let's not. I know I said I actually like to keep my women in rotations, and I like doing all that. But you still can get your ass on. Yeah, let's not get it fucked up. Don't never think AMS. Oh, AMS like to keep them around. I do. I like some consistency, reliability, compatibility. I love all that. But you still can get your ass on. Don't get it fucked up. So, but if that's something you care about, you need to. Let's hypothetically, I had a guy 3 weeks ago send me an email, and he said he had a small penis and, it fucked with his head and stuff like that. And I told him if you're a guy that have a situation like that or something to that sort, you have to do what I did when I was in the basement with women who I like, okay, I actually like this one. So with the women that I said, okay, I didn't want to run off, because, you know, when they saw the basement, guys, it was 50-50. I'm not shitting you guys. It was 50-50 if the woman was going to stick around after she saw that basement. It was the biggest shithole. Guys, they had nice basements in New York. Anybody who listening, they have some basements in New York City that look better than some homes. Don't get it fucked up that, oh, it's the basement. Mine was not meant to be a livable space. Mine was meant to be a storage space that wasn't fixed up. I had no sink. I had no kitchen. I had no stove. Okay? They had a little refrigerator that you put in a motel, and I had bought me a cooking eye, and when I wanted to wash dishes, I had no sink. I had to go fill the laundry basket up with water, and I would wash the dishes in the laundry basket on the kitchen table, the makeshift kitchen table, because I had no kitchen. I had no bed. I had a little mat thing on the floor. It's all I could afford at the time. Okay? And so mine was not, it was shitty. I don't know no other way to tell you. It was a shithole. The carpet looked like 8 murders had been committed on it. It was clean, but you know how it's spotted? It's clean, but the spots won't come up. So it had spots everywhere, like 8 people got killed down there one time, and forensic scientists came down there and cleaned it up, but they couldn't get the spots up. That's what I had, right? It'll be a white patch over here, a black patch over there, a green patch over here. It was a shithole. And so when I met girls that I like, okay, I like her, what I would do is I would like, okay, I would I wouldn't invite them back. I would wait for about the 4th date or something, because I wanted them to get to like me a little bit more, because I know it increased my chances of the basement not running them off, right? And sometimes it still ran them off. But I wanted them to get to know me a little bit better, so it wouldn't matter as much. The point what I'm trying to tell you guys is, if you have a situation like this guy right here, try not to, maybe don't engage in sex on the 1st or 2nd date. Maybe you wait a month, right? If it's a girl you really like, maybe you don't try to progress. Maybe you can kiss and make out with her so she don't think you ain't got no confidence. But maybe you ain't trying to sleep with her on the 1st date to where it matters as much. All right? Maybe you wait a month, and then when y'all do have sex, she likes you, it don't mean as much, right? Now, I always have thought that even if you have a small penis, if you did the foreplay thing, it should still work. But, you know, I'm just speculating. Maybe it doesn't, right? Maybe it doesn't. So if that doesn't work, then build a little bit more rapport with her before trying to engage in sex with her. Okay, guys? So that's how I would handle something like that. Lucky for me, I don't have those problems. But if I did, that's what I would try. Next, guys, losing income. A man, we could talk about all this alpha male, beta male shit, this, that, and the other, right? But most men, not all, but we have some bums out there who don't have no job, don't have no money, and you can't tell them they ain't the shit. Let's just call a spade what it is. You got some guys out there that don't have no income, and you can't tell them they ain't the man. And so, for the guys that are like that, and to some degree, I'm like that. I can't sit up here and act like if I'm unemployed, I don't lost my, like I'll go up to, like that wouldn't matter. It would matter to me. It would matter to me because I just feel like a man should work. It ain't about making $100,000 a year, but $30,000 have some income coming in, like something to be a broke bum. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it would affect me. I'm not saying I got to make $100,000 a year, but something, some job, I don't care if it pay $12 an hour, something coming in. So if you lose your income, the best way to go to have this hurting you guys is first to have a large emergency fund. Most of these financial gurus say 3 to 6 months. I've been telling you guys from the get-go, I sleep better at night with a year. That's just me. You can do what you want to do. Most financial guys say all you need is 3 to 6 months and invest everything else. I've always said 12 months, right? Another thing, guys, is diversify your income streams. Don't just have one income stream. Figure out a way to have a side hustle just in case something happens to this. And let's hypothetically just have a contingency plan. In other words, what I mean is, let's hypothetically say you don't have a side hustle. Maybe your job is so demanding that you can't have a side hustle, but have a contingency plan in your head. So as me with this YouTube shit, I have a contingency plan. I have a plan in my head that if something YouTube was to ever deplatform me or demonetize me or whatever the case may be, right? I have a contingency plan in my head of the business that I want to start. And most of you guys know I'm talking about the staffing agency. It ain't a matter of if, it's just a matter of when I do that, right? But I've had that in my head as a contingency plan for like 2 years now. That if YouTube ever demonetized me or deplatformed me, I had enough money in savings and that was going to be my next go-to. So the point is, guys, have a contingency plan. Say, I have this job. It pays me $85,000 a year, and I got $50,000 saved up in my emergency fund, and that's going to be to do X, Y, Z with. Have a mental plan. All right. I guarantee you right now, America has a contingency plan if we ever was to get invaded by aliens. I can almost guarantee you that no matter how ridiculous, no matter how unlikely it is to happen, I guarantee you America has a contingency plan for every fucking scenario, particularly for the president and the Congress and all that. I guarantee you they do. It might not never happen, but they know this is what we're going to do if Russia ever launch a nuke over here, or China launches a nuke over here, or aliens invade, or whatever the case. I bet you they got a protocol for it. I promise you they do. And you need to have a contingency plan protocol set up too, for if X, Y, Z happen, I got A, B, C to do. At least that's how I run my life, guys. Another thing, guys, is make sure you got stable footing on your income. That lucky job break you don't got no skills, you don't got no education, but you make $40 an hour, you got lucky and you found a factory job that was willing to pay you $40, $50 an hour. And if you lose that job, the likelihood of you making that $40, $50 an hour again is slim to none. You see what I'm saying? You have these jobs that really you just lucked into, you went to it, and maybe you got a promotion, or maybe you out of many candidates, you luckily got it. And so you got to abnormally, or maybe you started at the bottom and you've been there 7 years and you worked your way to $40, $50 an hour, but you really don't have no marketable skills or education. You started at this factory job and you worked your way to maybe you're the manager now, making a 6-figure salary. And if you ever lost that job, what's the likelihood of you being able to replace that? You don't really have no skills. You see what I'm saying, guys? So you want to have a skill set that you can rely on. I have a skill set that I can rely on. Now in Atlanta, it's not as prominent as it is in New York City, but in New York City, I knew that once I became a certified trainer and I had built my programs, like knew how to build a good workout program, I knew that I can always just go to another gym in the city and get a job. Because y'all guys know in personal trainer, it's easy to get a job as a personal trainer because it's no skin off their back. If you can't sell, hey, no big deal. Hey, you just going to quit anyway. So it's a high turnover job. So even if they don't need you right now, if you go put in an application for a personal trainer, I can almost certainly guarantee you within 2 or 3 or 4 months, they'll be calling you saying, hey, can you come in? Because the motherfuckers that were here when you applied, they done quit because it got a high turnover rate because motherfuckers can't sell. So I knew that once I became a personal trainer, I knew I was set because I knew that I can always go back to a box gym and build my business up. So you need to have that foundation, a skill or an education that even if you're at a job and you lose that job, you know that I have a skill set in the job marketplace that demands that I make at least $80, $90, $100,000 a year. Okay, guys? All right, guys, I'm going to conclude it right there. I got 5 more. I'll do that for part 2, and I'll get back with you guys next time.